Finally, after weeks of searching, I have found it. The treasure of the two sisters. Wait, where's my treasure box? And how did I get home? Well, that was, creepy. I guess that's what I can expect. Living life in the dark side. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. It's a TV-fied television show aimed at young women and their families. Now, I know what you're thinking, creature of my good Thestral. Why are you saying that? I know this. I've been a fan for a long time. I even love this show. Because it's always so interesting, the show, to have moments, well, like this.
If the headless horse catches me, I'm never gonna be heard from again! And I wanna be heard from! Whoa, wow!
Yes, not even My Little Pony can escape these moments that scare the pants out of the audience and all the bronies. We love the show for it. How much do we love these moments? Because another thing I did for this is ran a poll on Equestria Amino to see what the fans would want me to cover for my 50th subscriber special. This won nearly by a landslide. It just proves that bronies, ponies, and fans of horrors can enjoy the show for more than just what it's worth. It proves that the target audience loves dark schemes and can be scared occasionally. I just wish other forms of media could see that. But anyways, you know what? No. I'm gonna keep going on this. This drives me absolutely crazy. Horror is a welcome genre in movies and fiction, TV shows, and video games. Why is it suddenly now advertiser unfriendly? YouTube, you do not want to go down that road. That road leads to no growth and no development. Fear is a natural emotion. If you think that because advertisers not like it, you are freaking wrong. They want to make money on their product, so even if it's on a legitimate horror channel, who cares? Just remind them that creepy content can lead to a lot of money. The fact that you think it doesn't is just downright delusional. I may not have to advertise on these videos but because I don't think I'm ready for them, but even I know that this anti-horror, advertiser unfriendly stupidity is wrong and needs to stop. Sorry about that, and back to the topic at hand. I feel it's my duty as a horror fan to honor these moments that will scare the living daylights out of you. So sit back and relax as we look back at the top 5 creepiest moments in MLP. Number 5.
Well, it can't get any worse. You're going to love me!
Best Night Ever is a very interesting episode of the show. It's also the first season finale you ever had of the show. It's actually a pretty good episode that teaches that you can make the best out of a bad situation. However, that's not what we want to talk about. We're here to talk about creepy, and oh boy is this moment scary. We all know that Fluttershy loves animals. Animals are her life. So in the Best Night Ever, she went out to the field and the animals weren't interested in her. We find out that was a mistake.
I'll catch you yet, my pretties. Oh yes, as soon as one of you little birds, or monkeys, or bears touches this net, you'll be mine! Mine!
Suddenly we see the normally shy and reserved pony snap in a truly frightening scream of giant rampage. And it's probably the funniest thing in the entire episode. Now, why is it so low on the list? As creepy as it was, it came out of nowhere and is so short. It was the punchline to a joke. There are many moments that are far, far longer than this, with very more unfortunate implications. However, that still doesn't change the fact. If you're an animal and you don't get flutters to your attention, I have one word for you. Run away! Run away! Number 4.
Are you okay? Oh, I have never been better. This book you've given me is amazing.
Now, I'm pretty sure the people on Equestria Amino might be a little confused, given that I ran another poll to see what the fans would think would be deserving to be on the list, and I did not put this moment on the list. Well, I did that because I wanted to see if they have their own opinions on what is scary and what is not. But let's start out why this is a very frightening moment. Who's causing it? Rarity. She's one of the most level-headed of the main six. Yeah, she's had that worst possible thing moment, but that was more for comedy than it was any sort of creepy thing. Of course, there was that dream sequence with Luna, but that wasn't really Rarity. It was a nightmare shown to Sweetie Belle of what would happen to be Rarity. A lot of people equated this moment of Rarity to being under a substance abuse problem. Yeah, I can see that. Throughout the episode, we can see Rarity getting high on a power she gets from a magic book. It tries to make things better and better and better until, well, finally.
Oh, the places we'll go, Spike. Manhattan, Philadelphia, Canterlot. And there you'll be by my side, just as you've always been here in Ponyville. Your constant praise and adoration driving me to even greater heights until there isn't an inch of Equestria that hasn't been utterly transformed by my creative genius!
Yeah, she reaches that peak high for power and she's ready to transform all of Equestria with this creative vision. It may have ended well, but, well, I think Spike will put this moment best for me.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited!
I'm so scared.
Number 2.
I'm having a delightful time as well. I'm so glad, Sir Lancelot.
So, where do I start? First of all, this was in Season 1, where they were rated TV-Y on an educational format, which led to very little to almost no creepy moments. There were some here or there, but frightening and disturbing moments, well, that was rare. Except this one. This has haunted fans to this day. Now, if you're wondering if I'm making that up, I am not. I did another poll on Equestria again, to see what would they think would be their favorite creepy moment in MLP. 1/10 of the people that did that vote voted for this moment. So, instead of doing this normally, I'm going to have to break down, scene by scene, why this is freaky. And why it's so infamous. Right, so let's count the ways of how this is scary, and, well, we'll start with what sparked this. Pinkie Pie feels like her friends have abandoned her, don't care about it anymore, and, well, there's a kind of legitimate reason to get a little upset. I mean, her hair loses her poof and becomes flat because of this. So, how does she go about handling this? Okay, let's go and handling a party with her friends being replaced with inanimate objects. That's funny. Why is she walking around? She gets a little jitter in her eyes. Pinkie?
I'm just glad none of them ponies showed up.
Oh, they're not so bad.
This is a very creepy moment and kind of infamous, because many people think this is what sparked the infamous Cupcakes fanfiction. Even though technically Cupcakes might have come out first. Upon rewatching it though, yeah, would not surprise me at all. Not at all. What sells it to me though, and why it's on this list at all, and why it's very high on the list, is when Rainbow comes in and sees how Pinkie is doing in Psycho Pinkie mode.
So, why don't you come with me over to Sweet Apple Acres?
No thanks. I'm spending time with my real friends. Isn't that right, Madame Laflower? Oui, that is correct, Madame.
And even worse, we get to see a side of Pinkie we never get to see. Legit anger. I mean, the anger is supposed to be funny, but it's downright scary. However, thankfully, it does have a happy ending, as most of these episodes do. Actually, all of them. However, I think, no matter what, we will always remember this. Number 2.
I'll make a friendship problem.
Okay, you knew this moment was going to be on the list. I have gone on and on about how disturbing this is. I put it in my top 5 favorite episodes list. I did a whole review on the entire episode. However, it is criminal not to mention this moment once again and explain in detail why this scene works so well and is actually better than Pinkie's own freakout. Let's start with the fact that while Pinkie's moment is really frightening, Twilight's moment was built up very well. It doesn't come straight out of nowhere. when that freak out happens, we see it coming. We see it really warped. We just didn't know how bad it was going to be. And of course, mid freak out, she then drops this little bombshell.
Ooh, you're going to like Smarty Pants, and you're going to like her more than anything. I want it. I need it. I really like her mean. The want it, need it spell works every time.
That sentence means she has done this spell before, and if it worked every time, this is the only time it didn't work. Well, another thing that makes this kind of better than Pinkie's freak out is the motivations. Pinkie's freak out is because she thought her friends hated her and didn't want to be her friends anymore. Well, it's a legitimate reason to be upset. She just kind of went a little overboard with it because, well, she's Pinkie. Twilight's motivation? She was tardy for an assignment. Yes. All these creepy faces, all this creepy energy, this entire frightening freakout, the fact that she used a spell that worked every time was because she was going to be late for homework. Now, what in Celestia's name sense does that make? Because she's tardy for an assignment, because she's going to be slightly late, she freaks this badly out. However, this moment has been said done before by me. And you're probably wondering, why wasn't this number one? Because trust me, there is a moment much worse in this show. A moment that is a constant throughout an entire episode. A moment that will always be freaky to me, no matter what. A moment that legitimately scared me. And my number one creepy MLP moment is...
Hello? Sugar Belle? Thank you for coming. Why did you want us to come down here? So no pony could see what's about to happen.
Oh, sweet Celestia, where do I start? First, the obvious. Just look at these ponies. Look at them. They look like they would kill you in your sleep, and all for the glory of their goddess Starlight. Second, when there are some that show desire to break away from there, and I'm calling it what it is, cult, we get these lovely images of these scary as Altatar's ponies squeezing the flanks of the main six because they quote-unquote love their cutie marks. Then, of course, there's that march sound that sounds like something a dictator would tell our troops in a glorious anthem of the marching charge. Third, Starglimmer's little friendly demeanor, how good and glorious this town is, how wonderful it is to Ruth's special talents. She's so calm and collected, knowing that she's in charge, helping ponies, forcing her will by anything necessary. Of course, this is before, of course, we found that her motivation was, well... I'm still right, and you know it. Oh, and of course, I would be remiss to not forget about the moment where the main six were put into basically a rehabilitation clinic. There's, of course, the infamous I didn't listen moment. I think this whole show's episode was a contest by the writers to see if they could make something scarier than the fandom. And sometimes succeeding. These ponies' faces are creepy, Starlight is creepy, this entire episode is freaking scary. Whatever I can say is, life is not a joy in that town. Life is fear incarnate. So, why do we love these creepy moments so much? Well, as I said before, My Little Pony is a show that you wouldn't expect moments like this from. It is designed to be full of hope and love and peace and harmony. Seeing something like a mental breakdown, a cult, a drug overdose, another mental breakdown that's even worse, and at least snapping to point of blind rage, it's something that you just don't expect from a show like this. But I am so glad these moments are here. Fear is a totally natural emotion, and it's totally justified to challenge the target audience, but ourselves as fans. For many, these moments aren't just creepy, these are some of the best moments of the show because it did something for them that needs to be there. It challenged them on a mental level. It got them unnerved and disturbed. These moments are actually something that makes this show fantastic. I honestly do think that these moments, and many other moments on the show that I could have listed, weren't there, this show wouldn't be just a generic run-of-the-mill kids show with maybe barely any redeeming qualities. Instead, that this show can show us, and I use this term all the time, its dark side, and it's always great when it does. That's all I gotta say. Creature of the night, out. You know it's a special when I feel like I have to come live on camera to say hi. So, what do I have to say about this one? Thank you. That's all I really gotta say on that one. Thank you so much for 50 subscribers. I know that doesn't sound like a big number, but to me that means more than you can ever know. It means that you guys all appreciate my work. I have several people I want to thank. I want to thank the people on Equestria Amino. I want to thank all the fans of Equestria Amino. See, this is why I don't do live action. I want to thank all the fans of Equestria Amino. I want to thank because they're the ones who voted for this episode, and I really hope I gave you guys what you wanted. I really hope you guys like this episode. I hope it's everything you really dreamed about. Also a reminder, I am still accepting auditions for my next project, and I have yet to receive a single thing. I really think that people should release the OCs for what they are, and Lord Almighty, there's gonna be so many pauses in this thing. Again, don't do live action that much. Totally ad-libbing this. But yeah, you should. There's gonna be an announcement. There's an announced video for a new project I'm working on. It's a good passion project that I'm going to hopefully finish soon. Link will be in the description down below. But back to the thanking. I also want to thank Dr. Wolf and Lightning Bliss for being so helpful for me, especially Lightning, given that Rarity is my most popular video by far. I'm kidding. They've helped me in so many different ways. Dr. Wolf gave me such great advice starting out to not try to play to the status quo, but try to just be me. And honestly, no matter how good or bad I think a video turns out, it feels like it's my project. It's what I would do. I want to thank Lightning for giving me such really good tips. Some of my best jokes have come from me listening to her tips. I understand that she might get a little annoyed with me at times, and it's understandable. And when I look at the screen, Kitty's here. I wanted to say also just thank you to the fans. There may only be about 50-90 here, but here's hoping for another 50 more. Now that is all I truly have to say. Creature of the Night, out.